Hey everybody, it's Evan here at getmethod.com, and we are back for day 3 of the countdown video series until the launch of FormZ Fundamentals. And so today we are going to be looking at controlled rounding, which is parametric rounding inside of FormZ. FormZ is a really powerful modeling program, and I use it for all of my architectural design, but it's great for a lot of other kinds of design too. I think it's the best, actually. And I'm going to show you why. So each day this week I am showing a preview of some of the videos that are happening behind the scenes in my new course, FormZ Fundamentals. Today we're talking about rounding. And so if you're sick of the follow me tool and you're sick of some other weird little workarounds to get stuff rounded off, rounded edges or beveled edges inside of your modeling program, take a look at FormZ. This is one of those things that, again, I think sets it apart, and it's great to work in a solids modeling program. One of the cool things about FormZ is all of these tools that I'm showing you today actually work on surfaces too. So if you're doing really complex double curved surfaces, the rounding tool in FormZ is fantastic. So let's take a look at the video. I'm going to be right back after it to wrap things up. Again, back to day 3 of the countdown to FormZ Fundamentals with controlled rounding. The other tool that you could use for that is this controlled rounding tool, which is parametric. And so we just click on the whole object here, and then we click on the edges that we want to round off. So I'm clicking on the 4 edges on the sides here. They're all set to 2 feet. This is a selection set of 4 edges, and the radius can now be modified, and it updates all of them. Cool thing about this is if I go back into controlled rounding and click on the tool again, you see that I can now change it after the fact. So this now is saying that the rounding only is parametric. Okay, so can be very powerful for changing radius of edges at a later date. I can also go ahead and create a new set. And when I create a new set, you see the other highlights went away. So let's just click this top face and this face here. And now these are another set. Let's lower this down to 6 inches. Okay, so now I have 2 selection sets of controlled rounding in this one object. If I click on it again with controlled rounding, set 1 is at 2 feet. Now we can modify those independently of set 2. Very powerful tool, again, fully parametric, and something that can be extremely, extremely useful, and you can come back to this object at any time and make modifications too. So you may or may not want to use controlled rounding versus regular rounding. Regular rounding is destructive. Controlled rounding is non-destructive. All right, so that is it for the day 3 video for FormZ Fundamentals. And day 3's video on controlled rounding kind of gives you an idea with those selection sets of ways that you can actually go back and change the rounding radiuses after the fact, which I think is so cool about FormZ. Yeah, there's other regular rounding tools inside of FormZ where it actually is kind of destructive to your object, and maybe you don't need to come back and change the radius of those things later. But I think it's so cool that it actually has a tool like this where you can come back and make changes after the fact when you need to later on. So come back tomorrow for day 4. And on day 4, we're going to be talking about the sweep tool, and we're going to be using a real-world example of creating a handrail for a stair. So come back, check that out tomorrow. Again, we're doing the countdown to the launch of FormZ Fundamentals, a week worth of small video segments from the overall course. I'll see you guys here tomorrow on getmethod.com. Bye-bye.